Good morning. Nice to see a nice full room. My name is Ruth Kruger, and I work in knowledge translation at the TDRA, so welcome. We're so happy to have you here today, and we want to deeply thank CAMH for hosting us. We also want to really thank our expert presenters who've taken their time to share their great knowledge with us. The presentations so far, I think, have been just tremendous, and we're very proud to bring this event to you. And of course, thank you all for attending. I have the pleasure of interviewing Paul Lea today, and I'll let Paul tell you a little bit about himself, but first I just wanted to thank Paul so much for taking the time to come today.
My pleasure.
So Paul, why don't you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, I'm 71 years old. When I was 58, I suffered a massive stroke, which literally killed a quarter of my brain and left me with vascular dementia. I have several deficits. The big thing that I want to say is that I accepted my situation. I accepted the fact that I would have some difficulties, and I moved on. So I have several cognitive problems, but I live well. I use technology to help me, and that's it.
So maybe you could tell us a little bit more about some of the medical history that you went through and how you're managing at this stage, many, many years later, to live so independently.
Medical history.
Let's start with a bit of the medical background.
I basically was a healthy person before having the stroke. I thought I had symptoms of dementia in 2008, and my family doctor, who I knew for 30 years, called me a hypochondriac. Go figure. But I started having difficulty, confusion. I used to work in a clothing manufacturer, and I would take shirts. I was a quality auditor. I'd take shirts out of plastic packaging and measure them, but I couldn't put them back in. I'd get my coworker to do it. I ended up not being able to work because of the symptoms that I was experiencing, like confusion, etc. And that's about it.
Yeah. So I know you've got a daughter that you've talked about who lives out of town and helps you once in a while, but you've got an amazing ability to live very independently, and I'm wondering if you could share some of the secrets of how you do that.
Well, when I was first diagnosed, for the first 6 years, life was hell. I didn't go anywhere. I got panicked every time I went outside. My daughter would take me to appointments, and she basically taught me how to live again. Cooking, doing laundry, basically living again. And she would take me to appointments. Eventually she couldn't do that, and I decided I had to go. I would go to Google Map, and then I would go to Street View, and I would go up and down in the Street View, so that when I got to the address, I didn't panic. It looked familiar,
Yeah, I believe you also use Alexa quite a bit.
Oh, yeah, she's a good friend. She's very polite. She doesn't talk back, and she controls all my lights. I love technology, and it really helps me live a good life. She controls all my lights. She controls my fan, my air conditioner. it's a relief. And on top of that, I have a habit of not locking my door. And now I have it's a Wi-Fi door lock, so that as soon as I close it, it automatically locks, which is a big relief.
Maybe you can tell us a little bit about how you're involved with different community groups now.
I'm sorry?
How you're involved with different community groups. You work with CCNA, you work with on our lived experience panel.
Yeah, I'm a patient advisor with CCNA, EPLED. EPLED is engagement with people living with dementia. TDRA, Baycrest, AgeWell. As a person with a lived experience and doing this for a while, they seem to think that I have something to offer. So I fooled them, didn't I? Yeah.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about your hat?
Oh, my hat. It's my signature. I'm not sure how many people can see. There's a blue hatband, and on the hatband is a flower, and it's a forget-me-not flower. It was adopted by the Alzheimer's Society in 2016 to help end stigma, and I myself did experience stigma once a while ago. I've been to Kipling subway station many, many times, and this one particular time I forgot how to get out, and I asked this guy, could you, I have dementia, can you help me? And he says, yeah, sure, just go over there, follow that. And I said, okay, fine. And about 10 seconds later, I said, excuse me, can you say that again? And he says, what are you, stupid? Leave me alone, get away. And he very quickly walked away. Jerk. So anyways, the hatband, I get asked quite often what it means, or not what it means, but not asked. I'm told it's a nice hat, the fedora. I have a bigger fedora, same hatband, but it gives me an excuse to talk, and I love to talk.
So my final question to you, Paul, is you've got, I think, a new addition to your family. Why don't you tell people about it?
Yeah, I'm a grandpa. I'm a grandfather. Thank you. If I had a big screen, I could show you a picture of me wearing a T-shirt that says, great fathers get promoted to grandfathers. So, yeah, he's a big boy. His name is William, and he was born on March 23rd. Yeah, I love him. It's my first grandchild.
Thank you, Paul.
You're welcome. Thank you.